What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be a UI challenge guys. In this video let's attempt to recreate this particular screen. This is a wonderful screen guys. Actually, if you notice, the designer has just used orange as the primary color, and you can see different shades of orange all over the screen, right? And this gives a rather clean look to the entire screen, right? In this video, what we'll do is we'll attempt to recreate this entire screen as I said before, with the exception of this app bar. Okay, this app bar we won't be doing, since I saw that there are already a lot of videos on YouTube on how to make. I myself made a video on how to bring in an app bar, a bottom navigation bar inside your Flutter applications, and how to include this notch and everything, right? So with the exception of this bottom navigation bar, we will attempt to recreate this entire screen. Okay. Also, before we start, there were people who kept asking me to do the backend for this entire screens, the UI challenges that I do as well, and show us how this data is stored. For instance, my last video was the hairstylist app, right? So people were asking me to use a backend and then actually get the data from the user and store it on the backend, and how to retrieve that and all that. So if you would like to watch such stuff, that is simple applications built with Flutter, but those videos, I warn you, those will be a bit longer than these. Those will be probably an hour or something, an hour or more than an hour, right? So if you want to watch such videos, kindly let me know in the comments, so that I'll start bringing in such type of content into this channel as well. Right now we'll proceed on with this UI challenge. So if we break this down into three, you can see that we can take this entire section as one, maybe take this tab section as two, and this list item as three. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with one. We'll do this entire settings icon and the information about that particular user. Let's do this. Okay, I have a blank app scaffolded out here, as you can see. Let me just go ahead and add a body list view. Inside this, I'll have children. I'll use a stack children container height some 250 units, with double dot infinity, and decoration, box decoration, box shadow, box shadow is an array, sorry. And inside this, I'll give a box shadow. We just need a light shadow, right? Yeah, it's not even that much dark. So box shadow colors dot black, and spread radius, I'll give a small radius, maybe some 4.0. We'll change it if it's too much. And blur radius, I'll set it to half of the spread radius. Okay, and this is the white color section that we want on top of this screen, and inside this we need a icon first. So I'll use an align alignment dot top right, fine, and child icon button. Inside this, I'll add icons dot settings, colors dot black dot with opacity. I'll give it a small opacity of around 0.7 maybe. On pressed, this is something that we need to do later on maybe. And the next thing we need to do is this particular section, right? First, let's save this, run this on the device, and see what happens. Alright guys, now you can see that the shadow is a bit too much, right? Let's reduce this, and also with opacity maybe give it 0.3. 0.3. Save this. Yeah, now the shadow is a bit tamed, right? I'll even reduce it to 2. And I also added color here, guys, so that this entire thing looks white in color. Otherwise, if I hadn't added that, then it will look like this. Wait, I'll show you. It look like this. Okay, so I added this color. Anyway, now with that we have finished this top section. Let's get in and we added this settings icon as well, right? Let's go ahead and do this information part. So after this align, I'll use a position widget. After this align, I'll use a positioned, and inside this I'll give top some 50 units and left some 15 units. Okay, and child will be row, since this is going to be a row. The first one in the row, first component of the row is an image. So children container, and this container will be of height 125.0, width 125.0, decoration, box decoration, border radius dot circular 62.5, so that it looks like a perfect circle. Image decoration, image asset, image assets. I have some images that I have added to assets directory here, guys, and I have included those images in the pubspec file as well, so I'll be making use of those assets. Orange model.jpg, and fit would be box fit.cover. Fine. Now if we save this, let's see how this looks on the mobile device. Fine, we get a nice looking profile image on the left, and we need some information on the right side, right, in the same row. So after this container, I'll include a sized box of width some 15 units maybe. If you notice, there is some space here, right? That's exactly what I'm doing here. And after this, I'll have a column. This column will contain nothing but lines of text. Column children. Now I should do a cross-axis alignment dot start. Why should I do this? Since everything starts at the same level, right? So I should do this obviously. And inside this, it's just going to be text, right? This Jock Coleman, and some lines of text. So I'll just cut the video here and then add these text and then resume recording from there. Fine, I have added the text. As you can see here, I even got the color from this. I got this exact color using the color picker plugin, and I'll save this. Let's see how this looks on our mobile device now. Cool. Now you can see that it almost looks similar to what we have on the design spec, right? Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create this second part of our design, that is the app bar. Okay, not app bar, this is a tab bar. Sorry guys. Let's go ahead and many people are asking me to do UI screen design that has tabs, guys. I know I haven't done actually I haven't like literally done any screen design that included tabs. Going forth, I'll do 2 or 3 that has tabs in that. Okay, that has tabs in the design. Anyway, let's do this now. We have 3 tabs, right? So what I'll do is I'll get back to my code, and then here first I'll extend with single ticker provider state mixin, and I'll have a tab controller as usual. Tab controller. The next thing we'll do is we'll override the init state method. Tab controller equals tab controller async this length 3. Fine. Now after this positioned widget, we'll go ahead and this tab is present inside this stack itself, right? It's present in this container itself. So I should write that tab inside the stack. After this positioned widget, I'll go ahead and give a padding. Inside the padding, I'll give padding edge insets dot only. From the top, I'll give it as 200 maybe, since this entire the height of this entire thing was 250, right? You remember, right? Wait, I'll show you. Where is it? See, this entire container was 250. So I'll just give 200. Now the height of this part will be 50, right? Obviously 250 minus 200. Now what we'll do is child tab bar and controller tab controller and indicator color. There are a lot of options that we can use while designing the tab, guys. I'll show a few of them in this video, but probably I'll make later on I'll make a video wherein I show you guys all these cool stuff that you could do to style your tabs. Okay, indicator color, I have the color here. Fine. And indicator size, since you notice that, wait, if you notice here the indicator size is a bit thick, right? So let me go ahead and add that indicator size. I'll give it as 4.0 maybe. And no, indicator size is nothing but the size of this size, the length of the indicator. We can either set it to tab or we can set it to label. Wait, I'll show you. Tab indicator size dot label. If you give it like this, then this length of this will be exactly similar to, exactly in alignment with the label of that particular tab. Wait, I'll show everything on the screen, guys. Just give me a minute. Okay. And indicator, wait, rather than this, I'll first save this and show this on the screen and then add all those options. Okay. So after this, maybe I'll add tabs. And fine. Now we have 3 tabs, right? The first one is guess you like, and the second one is news, and the third one is coupon. So we have 3 tabs. Let's just save this. It probably won't show up here since we have included a init state method in which we have initialized the controller, right? So I'll just save this and then do a hot restart, full restart. Alright guys, as you can see here, oh, this thing is not visible, right? That's because we need to specify a color. If you notice in the design spec that was given to us, the color is nothing but the same color as the indicator tab as well, right? This indicator color is the same color that's been applied to the label. So in order to do that, what you need to do is, and whichever tab is not selected, it's simply gray in color, right? So in order to do that, what you need to do is you need to specify 2 more options. One is the label color. Just use the same color. Fine. And unselected label color, colors dot gray. Okay. Now if you save this, just look at this screen. See, you can see that the label, whenever you select a label, whenever you select a tab, it automatically gets that indicator. And if you also notice, that indicator is the same length as the label as we have here, right? But if you notice, the guess you like is now folded down, that is word wrapped, right? There has been some word wrapping in the guess you like tab, and it's not exactly like the design spec that we have here. Wait, I'll show you the difference, guys. I told you guys I'll show you the difference, right? if you didn't give this as label and you gave it as tab, just watch what happens. It will actually indicate that entire tab. See, it indicates that entire tab. There are 3 tabs, so the screen width is divided equally into 3, and then it indicates the entire tab, right? But if you notice here, what we have is the until the label, right? The indicator is until the label, so that's why I gave it as label here. You get this, right? And again, the first tab is word wrapped. How do we fix this? So in order to fix this, what you can do is you can use the is scrollable option. I think it's scrollable. Yeah, it's scrollable, and just specify it to true. Save this. Now watch what happens. See, you can see that we have it exactly like we have in our design spec, right? Not only that, it will also scroll. Wait, I'll show you that it's scroll. Before I'll show you that it's scrolling, you can notice that the indicator is a bit thick here, right? It has some thickness to it, whereas our indicator on the screen is thin. So what we can do for this is use the indicator weight option, indicator weight, specify it to 4 maybe, and just watch what happens. Now you can see that it's as thick as it's shown in the design spec, right? Now we have that indicator exactly like we have in the design spec. I told you guys I'll show you the scroll as well, right? Wait. Now if you notice, just keep watching this. I'm scrolling this and there is another tab, as you can see here, right? This entire tab bar is now scrollable, and you can select only 3 tabs. If you tap on the 4th tab, it's not selected and it's throwing up an error, right? This is because we have given the tab controller length. When we initialized it, we gave it as 3, length as 3, right? So this controller is what's being used for this particular tab bar, as you can see here. So since the length is 3, it doesn't recognize the 4th tab as a tab. Anyway, that was just an example that I showed you in showing you that the tab bar is scrollable. Anyway, there are a lot of such cool stuff that you can do with the tabs, guys. Let's not get distracted from what we were trying to achieve here. Let's continue with our design spec for now. So now we have the 3 tabs like we have in our design spec. You guys might wonder the spacing is a bit too much here and how to do that, right? For that, you can make use of the padding option available for label as well as tab padding. Yeah, as I said, the tab options I'll show, maybe do a completely different video and show you all those options that you can do with the tab bar, right? Let's proceed on with the design. Now that we have the tabs, let's go ahead and recreate the view that we have here. So assume that it's the guess you like page. Okay, I'll create a new file for that. Guess you like dot, and inside this file is where we are going to be having a stateful widget. Anyway, that's the shortcut. Let's move on. Okay, inside this I have a container. I'm returning a container, right? I don't want a container. What I want is a list. So instead of this container, return a list view. And first I'll hook this up with main.dart file, the tabs in the main.dart file. So now that I have a tab bar, I've already discussed tab bar a lot of times. The next thing I'll do is I'll have a tab bar view that I can do after the stack, since this entire stack ends here and these are all present after the stack, right? Anyway, this doesn't concern us with main.dart file. This is entirely a different dart file, right? Still, yeah, you will understand that when I actually show it on the screen, guys. If I keep talking, a lot of people get confused. Container. Inside this, I'll have a height media query dot of context dot size dot height minus I'll give 275. That original height was 250, right? So 250 plus some spacing here, that's 275. And inside this I'll have a tab bar view, controller, tab controller once again, and children, new guess you like page, right? That's what we created just now. We'll use the same page for all the 3 tabs, and I'll import that page. Fine, let's save this. Now that this is hooked up, let's get into list view, the guess you like page here, and try to create that list view. So the first thing we need to do is children, I'll have a sized box so that I get some height, 15.0, and what are all the stuff that's changing? The name of the dish, the image of the dish, the rating of the dish. Here it's just fixed at for 9.0. Probably we'll write a working indicator and some text and some information data, right? This probably will change as well. So name, display dish name, the rating, the image, the description, and 3 digits, 3 information values. So I'll just do a get food item, and inside this fine. Now we have the description as well, and 3 other values, right? One is the these 3 values plus the rating value, 4 other values, sorry. Let's go ahead and write this get food item and do it in a stylish way. Food item, string dish name, string image path, string description, int calorie info, int distance, int cooking time, int rating. Fine. After this I can simply do a return padding. Let me have a look at the design spec once more. An image here, some data, and a button here, and some values here. That's it, right? Okay, return padding, and inside that I'll give padding edge insets dot only left 15.2. Fine. Child row, children widget, container, height some 100.2. I'm doing this image, guys. Okay, 100.2, width again some 100.2, and decoration. Let's save this, see how this looks on the device. Cool. Now we have this plate of food, as you can see here, right? Probably this is different food and not chicken chow mein. Anyway, yeah, we have a plate of food. The next thing we'll do is this information, this entire information. The first, what I'm going to do is this heading and this button over here. The next we'll do this rating bar. Okay, first we'll start with the heading. So after this container, I'll have a sized box. Width would be some 10.2. Why did I give this? Since there is some spacing here. Width would be 10.2, and column inside the column I'll specify a cross-axis alignment dot start. Fine. After this I'll do children widget, container width would be media query dot of context dot size dot width minus 125.0. How did we arrive at this 125.0? There is left padding of 15 units, this width is 100 units, so that's 115 units, size box is 10 units, that's 125 units. Okay, so after this child, this will be a row, and children I can simply do a text for the title. Fine. And after this I need to do that button on the right end, right? This button, this looks really cool. So container padding edge insets dot, what happened? If you specify padding inside the container, it will apply this padding to the content of that container, to the child of that container. Okay, yeah, that's it. So after that height would be some 40 and width would be some 50 maybe, and decoration, box decoration, border radius, here it will be somewhat peculiar since we need only this edge to be rounded, right? Border radius dot only top left radius dot circular some 20.0, and bottom left, this will again be radius dot circular some 20.2. Fine, and I will give a comma here, and box shadow, you try it on your own, guys. Okay, all you need to do is you need to specify the shadow color as the exact same color of this particular image, so that the shadow also appears to merge with this particular button. Then what I'll do is I'll add, oh yeah, we need to add this favorite button inside that, right? So what I'll do is, for the button I'll simply use an icon. Okay, there's nothing fancy in that, so let's save this and see how this looks on the mobile device. Cool, right? Whereas we don't get the button over here. Button exists, but since we didn't add a color here, I think it didn't show up. Just wait, we should have added a color, right, so that it fills up the, yeah, now we have a nice looking button and the title of that particular dish. All we need to do is paste them so that main axis alignment, main axis, what's happening, main axis alignment dot space between. Now both these children of the row will be placed at ends of the row, which means that we have this nice looking aligned part. Okay, this part. The next thing we'll do is this rating bar. I already showed you guys how to do this in the in my chef profile video, right? It will be similar to that, guys. Just that's what I'm trying to say here. So what I'll do is, where is it? After this container, I'll add another row, and the children widget get rated star rating 1. This is the index. Okay, similarly I'll do 5 stars. Fine, now we have 5 stars. These 5 stars are not going to change, right? for all the ratings this will be constant, so I'm just including 5 stars and I have a index value. Now all I need to do is fine. Fine. Now let's save this and see how this looks on the mobile device. Cool. You can see that we have a nice looking rating bar here, right? And what we need is a number that displays the rating as well. So I'll go back here. Sorry, I'm not in the code, right? Yeah, I'll go back here and then give a small sized box with some 7.0 and I'll have a text that denotes the number. Alright, this will denote the number. I'll save this. Let's see how this looks on a mobile device. Yeah, cool. Now we have this part as well, the rating part as well. This is nothing but a paragraph of text and another text here, right? So what I'll do is I'll pause the recording here and then resume once I finish adding these 2 lines of text, guys. Fine, I have added these 2 lines of text. Let's just save this, see how this looks on a mobile device. Cool. Now you can see that we have this nice looking text below the rating bar about dishes, and we have some text below that as well, right? If that color is not at all visible, anyway, we are just following the design spec to the letter, right? After this we need these 3 information and a line. So what I'll do is I'll start with those 3 information that can be added into a single row, right? So after this sized box I'll add a row, and inside that I'll do children icon start. I don't think I can get that leaf icon, so I'll just do something else. Fast food maybe. Yeah, I'll do this. Fast food colors dot gray. And so there was some text as well, right? Some text. Fine. Save this. Let's see how this looks on our device. Cool. Now we have this nice looking icon, fast food icon, and text after that saying specifying the calorie information of that particular food item, right? Similarly, we need to make two more for these 2 as well. I'll quickly cut the video here and then resume recording after I have added that. Cool. I have added that as well, guys, as you can see on the screen here. Now one item is ready, right? So all we need to do is change the values and call the function again for the second item. We have this get food item that's being called here as a widget to this particular list view. We need to just call this get food item once again with different values to get as many list items as possible, right? So oh, we didn't draw the line, right? The line, there was some line in the design spec. Maybe we'll draw it here. I'll give some sized box height, will be some 25, maybe 25, and after this padding edge insets dot only left will be some 100.2, fine, and child container height 1.2, color save this. You can see the line now. You will see the line now on the design specification, mobile screen, as you can see here. Why did we give this padding? Since there is no line here, it just starts here, right? So that's the reason why I cut some stuff off. Probably we should have included that space as well. That width was 100 and that space was 10 units and that padding was 15 units, right? So that's around 125. Yeah, 125 is almost accurate, and we have that line as per the design spec. Now all we need to do is just call this once again with this data about the beef vermicelli soup. Fine. As you can see here, I call the information again, the function again with different data. Let's save this and see how this looks on our mobile device. Cool, right? You can see that now we have, and this is scrollable as well. You can see that now we have the information exactly as we have in the design spec here. We have this wonderful information about the person. There is a settings icon, and there are 3 tabs: get, yes you like, news, and coupon, which we can navigate between. And we have these 2 list items that give some information about a particular food item, right? So yeah guys, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys today. Okay, now we have it exactly as in the design spec. What I did was I just added this cross axis alignment dot start, so that the row has all the children starting at the same point. So yeah, now this looks exactly like we have in the design spec, right? And yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys today. We have almost recreated this entire UI design. This was a pretty much interesting design to work on. Going forth, I'll do a couple more designs on this, utilizing tabs inside the screen, guys. So yeah, like I said before, kindly let me know if you want me to hook these screens with the backend and show you guys how to store data, or how to build an application, a simple application maybe. Kindly let me know in the comment section below. And so yeah guys, this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Kindly hit the thumbs up button if you really like this video. If you really like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell notifications icon. When you click on that icon, you will receive notifications each and every time I upload a new video, so that you guys have more and more content to watch. So yeah guys, subscribe, it's free, right? Just subscribe, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.